Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Reddit Estate. Got another boss run ahead of us today with killing the hag up on the menu. As much as I might like to bring Baldwin out into a boss fight, unfortunately the hag is not the right fight for him. I'm thinking do something like that, sorry Catherine, I don't think boss fights are going to be your forte. And then Shag and Scoob, right? Like that. That makes the most sense. We've got everybody equipped with trinkets. One thing I will point out before we get started here is fairly soon, like probably during this episode, we need to do a little bit of recruiting as the Cove, the Runes, and the Warrens are all short of spawning their next boss. But I don't really want to take our current roster out there as we'd start pushing, them even further beyond their ability to go in them. So something like a level 1 Cove run would make a ton of sense to just push that to 4 so that we would spawn another boss there. Unfortunately, right now, I'm not getting any of the advanced recruits, so I do plan on focusing grabbing Instructor Mastery to level 3, which is something that'll require the guild. Yep, there we go. So we just need 60 crests for that. Depending on our reward here, we might be able to do, some fancy conversion. You get quite a few crests for every other heirloom, so that could happen, that we could get 30 crests just from this one dungeon run. I could see that. That'll let us pick up the next prerequisite, and then we just have to buy the actual upgrade from the stagecoach itself. And as soon as we start seeing any and all characters that are above level 1, or above level 0, I suppose, it makes a ton of sense to go ahead and recruit those guys. Those will be the adventures that I'll be asking for volunteers for, and you too can decide to die mercilessly while under my control in a Darkest Dungeon run. Alright guys, let's go ahead and pop into our provisioning screen. This is a boss fight. We're a little bit light. Like, I've been doing fine actually with an Arbalist as long as she's got the Medic's Greaves. That's been working out pretty well, but it is important that we take maximum amounts of food so that we're able to get a full healing advantage off of that. We are going to wield, so we say 3 shovels just to be on the safe side. This is the hag. Maybe like 3 of those, 3 of those, and then I'm gonna take maybe more medicinal herbs than one might think I need, primarily because of the debuffs that can come to our Hellion. Maybe even a 5th one, and hopefully I remember to use those as required. We'll do like 6 torches, which should be plenty. The holy waters are primarily there for just before our boss fight. We'll use those. A couple of keys, especially in case we encounter any secret rooms, and that should be good. All right, let's check it out, shall we?
Her knowledge of horticulturalism and its role in various arcane practices impressed me greatly. My licentious impulse gave way to a genuine professional respect, and together we began to plant, harvest, and brew.
All right. Well, I'm glad that your impulses were controlled. I mean, she is quite the startling beauty there.
There is method in the wild corruption here. It bears a form both wretched and malevolent.
And it looks like we're going 6 rooms away to this room over here. Not the worst it could have been. Of course, things could always have been better, but, sometimes the wield can get quite maze-like in its construction, so I should not complain too much. Decent starting hit. Would like to get rid of him before he has really any chance of summoning, as those fights can get out of hand like real quick. So why don't we go ahead and do this.
give them no quarter.
Just to guarantee it, and then the bullet shot.
Continue the onslaught.
Nice.
Destroy them all.
Alright. I was going to say we'll take one whack from a bone conscript, but it turns out we can dodge him.
Eradicated.
As first fights go, I'll take it.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Alright, and some crests. We definitely want those. And her debuff will probably wear off before it really matters at all. Alright, empty room and a scout. Beautiful. I'd still love to see the location of our secret room on the map. Unfortunately, it was not to be. Luckily, though, it looks like our path forward is pretty clear. Nice, we even got our anti-venom back, and a few more crests for our trouble. The fewer fights we encounter on the way to the boss, of course, the fresher everybody's going to be for the fight itself. So I'm pretty much loving that right now. Okay, not bad. And left luggage, it has a lock on it. We'll go ahead and use a key. Nice. I'll definitely take that score. I'll get our torchlight up a little bit as we... Oh, we know this is an empty room as well, right? Yeah, also scouted. And no scouts there. Okay.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Well, let's toss the 2 food for 3 deeds. I'd say that's an okay trade. And then we're just hoping for stuff that stacks, really.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
Of course, we don't get it. Anything here worth tossing? Another 6 crests instead of 3 deeds? Nah, probably not. And the citrine's not really that worthwhile, so ultimately just kind of a waste of a shovel. I really just want 1 torch remaining.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
As we make our way to the final room, like I would like 1 torch to just get max light right before hitting there. This fight, the fungal batteries are enough of a pain that I'll go ahead and use a dog biscuit here. And then I'll get us up to 714, 3. I hit him. Okay. Nice crit. Okay. 1 away. 1 away. I'll tell you what then. Man, such protection. Ow. I do want to kill him. I know what I can do here. Let's hope for a move that was a little bit more advantageous than that. Unfortunately, we don't get it. So we use the manacles.
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
Maybe a little bit of a wasted attack there, but it does guarantee that the fungal battery at least is dead. And Big B, the big bad wolf himself, get it? The Big B wolf, the big bad wolf, takes a little bit of damage. Nothing I need to be super worried about, though. And 7 there. If we could stack some more bleed on him, considering the 50% protection rating, I think that makes a ton of sense. With something like that, it's down to 10. He's taking 8 per round. Get off 1 more attack, and Rend the Mark can be pretty dangerous. So I'm feeling fairly lucky that that wasn't a lot harder of a hit. Stun there is good. Alright. Now, one thing in this party composition, however, is that I feel like I need to stay on top of my heals, because Battlefield Bandages sort of compounds with repeated use, and so it makes a ton of sense there. I can't use that in the 3rd slot. Ugh. Should probably have considered that. I can move Boudica back to the 3rd. She'd still be able to do most everything except for her double stun. There may very well be a better order for these characters than what I'm using. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, a little Rendy. Not bad, not bad. Okay. What say we here? Okay, good. And I think we should probably be able to deal
a weapon that cuts on its own
with these guys before they do anything else to us. We need to do 4 damage there. She does have a self-heal. Let's go ahead and use it. And then heal there. Also good. Back up to max HP. Big B's got plenty of self-healing, so I am not too worried. And that stun actually lands, even though we don't need it to. We could heal again for 2 more HP, or we break through. She is in kind of a configuration where she can't actually affect the front line. I'll go with the self-heal just because Shag and Scoob here.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Are going to pretty easily be able to deal with that on their own.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Okay, we do get another scout. Doesn't reveal super good news. Could camp here. It might be a little wasteful. Let's go ahead and burn the key. Hope for a little more heirloom love. We do get it in the form of deeds. I'll leave the bus behind. Man, I can't wait for the day in which I do not have to worry about heirlooms. From the front you can't use Hound's Rush. That's right. And from the front he has to transform. You know what? I think I was okay with where we were. Although we can switch these 2 guys up. Let's go with that for right now. If he needs to transform, he'll then be able to use Slam in order to move himself up a little bit more on his first attack. Alright, that'll do. That'll do. No keys this time. It is trapped. We do resist it. That was a roller coaster of emotions. Alright, and an upcoming blockage means that our shovels will come in handy in a second here. Good, good. For justice indeed. Bleed doesn't make a ton of sense here. It can do 8 to 14. Also hit both of them and then combine it. Maybe a Bola Strike. Bump in the night. Yeah, not too bad. Tell you what.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And there we go. Uh-oh.
This expedition at least promises success.
Out of space for even gold. Even gold. I'll tell you what, let's trade it for 2 portraits. We'll start another stack of gold. Of course.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption. Malformed with misintent.
Provisions, always a little bit of a trouble. But we are about to camp and use most of our food up here. So we'll get a couple of, we'll get a couple of inventory slots here, which will be good.
Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable. Rats in a maze.
Nice. And then we need to look at, and I need to unlock 4th camping skill for all of these guys, don't I? Man. Okay. The speed might not be bad. We don't really need to field dress or wound care. Resistances I'm not super worried about. Stress I'm not super worried about. Healing doesn't matter at all. Party surprise and scouting chance might not be terrible. Don't need to do any stressy healy stuff. It's all for position of 1 buffs, so let's do it. Battle trance, little marching plan. Learn to move in an ordered fashion. We will fight better together. Yeah, wise words. All right, and then... Let's go ahead and prevent nighttime ambush. And why not? We'll take off 1 stress. Give her a pet. It always brightens the spirit. Yeah. All right, let's do this. It pumps strong. All right. We are going to be totally fine.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Yes, and we can use medicinal herbs to take that off, which is nice. So now it's just a bonus in position 1. As I started thinking about it, the hag does kind of have the ability to mix us up in that anybody she puts into her pot when they come back out
Fortune, waiting to be spent.
would potentially shuffle her into position 2, and I didn't love that idea.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
All right, we'll toss out some buffs. We'll get our torchlight back up to 100. We'll remember to use our dog treat because...
Twisted and maniacal. A slathering testament to the powers of corruption.
Because I would never, ever forget something like that. Hag has no protection, so the whistle doesn't make a ton of sense. We might end up using the Arbalist's mark target because it would remove her dodge and make it like guaranteed hits every time. We can try for the stun here. Let's go for it. Nice. Actually, I put Brawler's Guns on him. Clearly, I intended for him to be in the front rank, although I have not been using him as such. That's quite silly of me. Oh, and our healer goes into the pot. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, then. Strike the pot, strike the pot. I know you really want me to strike the pot. I understand that position that you're coming from, but let me maybe talk to you about some alternatives here. We're doing another 10. Wow, that was a pretty lackluster attack. We're doing 10 more bleed damage, and when you come out of the pot, you're in just the absolute worst position to do anything good. A healing Arbalist in the front rank is basically worthless. It's quite the grumble. So I think we're instead just going to focus fire on her. We'll do another 10. Aye, the pain. And one final round of that. Man, no big crits, which are probably the only complaint I could make about this fight. Is it could have gone a little bit faster with just like one character landing a nice critical strike there. But pretty sure we're going to be over this turn. Get another stun there. Awesome. She'll bleed out on her own.
Leave her corpse to rot, consumed by the spores she spawned.
Not too bad. That is the padlock we are already using on Bigby. And an archer's ring. I can live with that. We're going to continue adventuring for just a moment at least. And 12 food. I tell you what. Let's go for it. We'll let Miss Sandu, Miss Sandy, Miss Andai, however we would like to pronounce her name, we'll let her heal up a little bit, and then let's try that combination. Is perhaps what I had envisioned. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Oh, actually, now that I think about this, you can use it from either of those positions, but you can't heal the back, if I remember correctly. So let's do that for just a moment and see if we can't throw a couple of heals our Arbalists away, just so I feel a little bit safer about how this is all going. And I'll at least have the opportunity to pop out, grab an heirloom, and I think we head south. Maybe we'll avoid the room battle, or the hallway battle that we know is coming up. Yeah, okay. An abandoned crate that is empty. That was totally worth my time. We will then head south, and we'll just probably just do this final leg and head back. I don't love the idea of backtracking that far. We do have one more shovel that we could clear that obstacle, but unless a scout somehow scouts way over there and tells me that there's a secret room in it, I don't think I'm worried. We also should concern ourselves with the fact that I have used all of our torches, so our torchlight is going to be dwindling here, and one
Wealth
doesn't...
beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
One doesn't necessarily want to dawdle in such situations. Alright, not the easiest gang to fight. They do have protection. I'm thinking here. I'm going to mark there, which will be useful in a future turn. For right now, not quite so much. Yeah, we'll freak everybody out a little bit and start off with one of those. Rar. Rar indeed. Then... Man, we can only do 6 to 10 now. Ugh. We'll go for it. 13, taking 3. Can we do 10 damage? We could. We could also...
Decisive pummeling.
We can also do 27 damage. Okay, then. Oh, good dodges. Good dodges. Hate the escape cloud.
How quickly the tide turns.
The worst thing ever is when, like, 2 fungal batteries get moved up to the front, and they just...
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Ugh, they just spam escape cloud over and over again. There's also 10 blight from that. Are you kidding me right now? You have 25% protection. Let's take down yours. Not bad. And then we can rake again. Good, good. 13 to each. 26 damage. I'll take that. Please don't mark. Please don't mark prey. I would prefer that you did not do that. Okay, that's actually not bad. The harmless swipe replacing his other options I can definitely deal with. We'll use the anti-venom, and then... Oh, and then we'll miss. Okay, 29 dodge, I guess, is to be expected from time to time. A beautiful rake. A beautiful rush. Please bleed. Yes.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
The lack of escape cloud there was really the most important part of it. Oh, wow. No stun, huh? Nice. Okay. We just got off the one heal there. I think we need to maybe pass around a little bit more of it. Especially if she's going to start dodging all of our attacks. Okay. Okay. I can deal with this. Big B, what do you say to another rake? Beautiful.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Alright, not the best fight, not the worst fight. The trap isn't exactly wonderful. You get a scout here, though. No secret room revealed. Bummer. Absolute bummer. Hey, that's something. Tell you what.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
That additional food is actually pretty nice and sort of takes away any of my fears as far as our HP might be concerned. The common blightstone. Nah, I mean, we could try to make room for it. Excuse me. We could try to make room for it, but I don't see that being worthwhile. Let's do our one final fight here. Let everybody take a quick snack break. Cheese and crackers time.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
Why did it have to be a blighted giant? Why? Alright. Tell you what. No. Tell you what. Let's hit you. Hopefully rather hard. With 2 attacks right up front. I'm thinking we can take out Mr. Fungal Battery. And then absolute worst case scenario is move resisted. Yeah, figures. Absolute worst case scenario is maybe the stress starts to pile up here, which I'm not entirely in love with. Did take a 3rd attack. That is what Blighted Giants do. Okay. We'll probably try to focus on maybe keeping this guy stunned. Yeah. Keeping the Blighted Giant stunned while we eliminate her. And then... Come on. There we go. I don't think he's as dangerous from the back. Good. Alright. You have no dodge.
Impressive.
You have negative speed. Infusion spores from back here. Okay. You know what? I couldn't even figure out what configuration my party was supposed to be in, so that doesn't bother me even a little bit.
Inches.
Alright. We can slam back up. Good, good. What are you suffering from? Confusion spores. Get rid of that accuracy debuff. Land a big hit. Land an okay-sized hit. 29, huh? You know what? Let's yop. Grab another stun. Gives us 1 free turn in which we can totally do 27 damage. We've got plenty of very high damage characters here. I have no doubt. 16. 7. Taking 4. There you go.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Nice. The reward was certainly worthwhile. We'll just do that, and why not? Take a sapphire instead. Alright, and I think that is going to be the end of our quest. Let's see what our rewards look like all tallied. The 6,700 bonus from the boss, of course, meaning more than basically anything else. We didn't spend that much to come down here, although I think we're leaving with a bit more stress than I'd like, which could inevitably lead to this dungeon either breaking even or maybe costing a little more than I'd like it to. I think I was prioritizing heirlooms more during this than anything else, and maybe that's what led to the lower gold rewards. Everybody makes it to level 5. Tippler I don't care about. Damage of the wield might be fine in the interim. Replaces wield adventure, so not too bad. Okay, night blindness, not a big deal. Backtracker's not great. Robust, backtracker. Curious, I'll probably want to get rid of. Man, actually. Curious, I want to get rid of. Flawed release, I'll definitely want to get rid of. And Photomania and the Black Plague. Wow, some real nasty negative quirks and diseases that we picked up at the end of that. Definitely. Ugh.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Alright. We had a little bit of stress relief done there. I'm thinking probably Bigby and Boudica will head back in as they both made it to level 5. They'll end up kind of benched for at least a couple of weeks. And same with Missandei. If anybody wants to help me out with the pronunciation of that, I would be super thankful. Making it to level 5 will mean she'll have plenty of time to remove that disease before she is needed again. Got enough level 4 characters. Hating that this healer is out for the last 2 weeks. It's kind of limiting party compositions here, although we do have Junia. Yeah, we'll be okay. We can take her out with party next week. That'll work. That'll work. Let's head into the stagecoach, find that we do have a Princess Vestal. Before we do this, we need 60, need 5 more. Tell you what, we'll convert however many portraits are required to grab 5 more crests. Beautiful. That gets instructor mastery up 1 more level.
Every creature has a weakness. The wise hero trains for what he will face.
Then in the stagecoach, we would now be able to get experienced recruits. Oh, haha, of course that required portraits. I thought that was going to be, I don't know why, but I thought that was going to be a deed thing. I should have traded the deeds for the crest there. Okay, fair enough. 18 and 12 before we can get the next level experienced recruits. That is fair. Well, I tell you what, we're going to start putting together our level 1 party composition here. We could always use a healer in it.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
She's a bad gambler, which is awesome. We just won't send her to the gambling hall. Clumsy, we will probably want to take care of. Unholy Hater is pretty decent. Quick Reflexes is pretty decent. Repressible is kind of a throwaway. Starts with Judgment, Dazzling Light, Divine Grace, and Hand of Light. We'll probably want to get Divine Comfort in replacing Hand of Light there. But otherwise, not a bad spread. I can live with that. She also starts with 4 camping skills unlocked, which makes her better than some of my other characters. Okay. Yeah, I can live with that. I can certainly live with that. And what I can live with even more is some kind soul out there leaving me a comment, letting me know that you would like to step in to the role of Vestal. And if you would, whoever gets here first come, first serve, you will find yourself aptly named before she makes her first run into a dungeon. However, that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to subscribe. There's more videos on the channel every day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other videos, and I will catch you guys next time.